What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, and it's time for some backyard prospecting. And today we're going to be checking out a big sack of dirt with some special gold in here. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back, and we're going to get that shiny.
Big Daddy digging deep into the vein. Paydirt on his hands never goes in vain. Backyard prospecting, this ain't no game. Gold fever burning hotter than a flame. Shed lights flicker, shadows on the wall. Dreams of El Dorado, treasures big and small. Viewing all the gadgets, keeping spirits high. Every nugget found makes the heart fly. Camera rolling, capture every gleam. Subscribers.
All right, welcome back. And that's right, prospectors. Like I said, we got a special bag of dirt coming from Bryan Thomas Gold out there in California. Now, he had sent an email out. It was an email special that he had right after the Black Friday sale. Very few bags. He only had like 5 or 10 bags available of some extremely special material with some very awesome, well, what hopefully is some very awesome specimen gold still in the rock. And some gold. And I figured, you know what? That sounds like a hell of a deal. And it sounds like some fun to go through. So I picked one up. Now, the bag cost me $340. And there's supposed to be 5 grams of gold in here. So, I'm hoping that we got some really nice gold. And we'll have something to show for it. And, yeah. So, there you go. I don't have a description page for you because that was pretty much it. It was an email. It's not something you can go back and buy today anyways. So, I mean, if you... No, this was the last one, actually. When I emailed him to ask him if he had any, he's like, hey, guy, this is the last one I got. And I was like, psh, I'll take it. So, really, this isn't so much a... Is it worth for you to go out and get it? But more, was it worth it for me to have gone and got it? And we're going to find out right now. So first off, let's crack this bag open. It's shipped to me in the old USPS flat rate bubble mailer. Ripping this bad boy open. Inside, we find another USPS bubble mailer. Let's rip into that one. And inside there, we find our bag of gold pay dirt. And that is in another bag. So it is double bagged inside of the double bag. So very cool, very good. No markings or labels on the dirt. This is just something he made up special. So, he didn't even make labels for it. But there is a card. If you don't know who he is, Bryan Thomas Gold. BryanThomasGold.com. I'll put a link down below to his website, so if you want to check out some of his other gold Paydirt products, you can do that. Maybe if you get on his mailing list, the next time something like this comes around, you'll get an opportunity to pick one up. So there you go. Big old bag of dirt. Heavy. About 3 pounds, I believe, is what it said it was going to be, and that sounds about right. Feels about right. So, next step is we're going to classify this out. We'll be right back in a snap, and we'll shake this all out. All right, welcome back. Here's what we got. We got a bunch of dirt. And there you go. So we'll start at the top and work our way down. First and foremost, we got a whole bunch of plus 1/4 inch material. Now there's mention of specimens, so what I'm going to wind up doing here is spraying this down. Looking at each, maybe not each, but looking at a good amount of the rock. See if I see anything. You could wind up missing a big old chunk of gold. You never know. Definitely some nice quartz pieces in here. And we'll see what they hold for us. Who knows? Maybe there's a big old chunker in there. But moving down to the plus 10. Good amount of material here. About halfway up that first riffle. As far as magnetics go, A few little heavy rocks there, magnetic rocks here and there. So far, I'm not seeing any big chonkers of gold or anything, but once again, once it gets all wet and runs down the sluice, we'll see what we find. Next down, we got the plus 20. Just a little less material here than in the plus 10. As far as magnetics go, not a whole lot, just a little bit more than we're seeing at the higher levels. It's very quartzy, very sugary rock, so not a lot of black sand to be expected. Next down, we got the coarse sands, the plus 40, and we got a lot of material here, as expected. Usually the smaller you go, the more material you wind up with. About halfway up the first riffle. And as far as magnetics go, about the same that we're seeing in all the other classifications. Not a huge amount. So, now, I would say the biggest amount that we got was in the sub 40, the soft sands, about halfway up that riffle on the pan. The majority of the magnetics usually are going to be found down here, and definitely more here than we were seeing at the other levels. Not a huge amount more though, but I mean, you know, to be expected. There's going to be more down here, but I mean, it's not a huge amount. I bet we go back, we'll find some more. But overall, not a lot of magnetics in this material. So, although it may give us a little bit of a challenge, it's not going to kick our ass. Alright, well, from here, you know what it's time to do. It's time to get it wet and run it down the sluice. So let's get to it.
Running pay dirt under the sun. Bryan Thomas gold throbbing drums. Sweat and dirt mixed with blood, chasing dreams through the mud. Creeks whisper tales of old, finding gold wherever it rolls. Nuggets gleam like lost truths, flakes like the past we lose. Hands dig deep into the earth, running dreams from birth. Paydirt promises trials and pain, but gold's the glory we gain. Dust cloud swirls like a dance. Fortune favors the chance. Pick and shovel, break the ground. Treasures where hope is found. Stars rise as twilight fades, echoes of unfound crusades. Sweat and toil in the dust, faith in the earth we trust. Hands dig deep into the earth, running dreams from birth. Paydirt promises trials and pain, but gold's the glory we gain. Stars rise as twilight fades, echoes of unfound crusades. Sweat and toil in the dust, faith in the earth we trust. Hands dig deep into the earth, running dreams from birth. Paydirt promises trials and pain, but gold's the glory we gain.
All right, we're back. We got all this dirt ran, and we're going to do a reveal on the gold from the lower classifications. few pieces of gold in there at the smaller classifications. A lot of this is some kind of dirty gold, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. But there's a lot of big chunky chunks that we already got from the bigger classifications. And they were moving a lot, so I wanted to kind of get them out of the way so they didn't flow off. But we got our dirt ran, and it's time to do our cleanup, so let's get to it. All right. We got that gold all cleaned up, and look at that. Look at that. Big old chunky chonkers. Definitely some quartzy gold there. Some rough specimens. Nuggets. Pickers. Beautiful gold. And a lot of small gold in there too. I was a little bit surprised with how much small gold was in there. But let's get this all snuffered up. We'll get it dried up, cleaned up, and weigh it out. See how much we wound up getting. All right, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up. Bryan Thomas gold. Special specimen gold offering. Pay for 4 grams, get 1 free. So we're looking at 5 grams of gold is what we should be expecting. Get the scale all ready. And all right, let's see what we found. Big chunker. All right. 5.019 grams of gold is what we found. 5.019. Now, there's a very high likeliness that there's still some gold in that material. You know, it was very... surprisingly, there was a lot of motion going on in there. And it's possible that even though I ran it a couple times, that some of the gold made it by us. There's a lot of black sand that got captured in here, so that's going to make up a little bit of this weight. But otherwise, it's 5 grams of some chunky chunk gold, along with some good flour gold and some small flakes. But most everything here is just big chunky chunks, like pickers and nuggets. There you go. All right, well, I'll take a few pictures of this gold so you know what it looks like and you can see what gold looks like, and then we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. Man, let's talk about it. Bryan Thomas Gold was like a 3-pound bag of dirt. And we'll talk about the dirt first. The dirt was dirt. It was nice, sugary, quartzy rocks, which makes sense because of what kind of gold we wound up getting out of it. The intention there, I believe, was for it to be more of a natural, like out of a hard rock, or out of a very clean, what I would call a clean source, where the source material is basically all one type. It didn't seem like there was a lot of heavies in the material, but as I got to the end, there was just more and more filling the mat. I was a little bit surprised. Wasn't a big deal, got it out of the way pretty easily, but they did accumulate pretty well. Overall, the dirt, good amount of it. There was a little bit more above 1/4 inch than I would have liked to get in any bag of dirt. There wasn't, as far as I could tell, any gold there. But what I am going to wind up doing is going back, taking this material, I'm going to let it dry out, and then once it's all dry, I'm going to run it through my crusher and see if there's any fine gold, any more gold or fine gold that I can still recover out of it. I think that'll make it a lot easier to go through, nice and slow down the sluice, and see if there's anything else we can squeeze out of it. But overall, what we did get was pretty nice. Let's go ahead and talk about the gold. The dirt was the dirt. The dirt is dirt. It's what it is. But the gold, man, big old chunky chonkers, pickers, lots and lots of pickers make up the weight of this gold. There was some fine and flour, a little bit in there, stuck within these heavy black sands that don't seem to want to go away. So there may even be some gold trapped in some of that. But overall, most of the gold was very large pickers, big pieces of gold that you can pick up really easily. Do be careful with these larger pieces. If you're running your material down a dream mat and it's all micro, there is a very good chance that this gold is just going to tumble its way out of your sluice. These pieces are big and they're rounded, so if something's not going to be there to catch them very well, the micro mat may miss them. So just something to keep in mind. Maybe you got a combo mat that you can slap in there instead, just to be sure. I think actually that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to rerun this dirt down one of my combo mats, see if it grabs any more larger gold, any of that, and then maybe during the summer when it's easier to dry dirt, I'll run that material through the crusher. We'll go through it then and see if there's any free mill gold there that we can still squeeze out of it. So I think that's going to be the plan. But overall, the gold was beautiful, big chunky chunkers. I was really surprised to see it. Grab them, throw them in the little metal cup. Ding, 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 ding. So many times in one bag of dirt. It was awesome. I loved it. But again, it was expected to be a 5-gram bag. So definitely was expecting to have a nice amount of gold here. And we did actually wind up having that. So let's go ahead and pull up the numbers. Put those up for you. I paid $340 for the bag. There was a little bit of shipping on there. I think it was like 15 bucks. So like $355, $360 total. Was guaranteed 5 grams of gold, and that's what we found, 5.019. Now that gold, 5 grams, has a today value of $427. And that is going to give us an overall ROI on this dirt of 125%. 125%. Now, that is definitely an awesome sounding number. Here's the thing with specimen gold. A lot of the weight in here is going to be quartz. It's rock. It's not gold. So some of that weight doesn't actually count. If you were to take it and melt it down and try to get, whatnot out of it. So the actual value, if you were to melt it down, is going to be less. And that's going to be the case with any of our plaster that we find in Paydirt. Take it to a gold buyer, melt it down. They're going to give you 24, or they're going to give you a spot for it once they've removed all the impurities. Or they're going to give you less than. So that's always the case. In this case, so, 125% gives us a lot of play for some crappy rock that we can toss out, whatever. Either which way, had a great time going through this dirt. Found a lot of really, really nice gold. Definitely worth the effort, worth the time. Had a great time going through it, and I would do it again, and I'm gonna do it again, and might even, do it 2 more times. Because I had a really good time going through this material, and I feel like, I really did a good job and had some good gold out of it, and I'm happy with it. So, Bryan Thomas Gold, thank you very much for making these available to your customers. I know you only had 10 of them, and I was lucky to be able to get in on that. Rock on. For the rest of you, if you are signed up to his newsletter, you'll get notified about these kinds of specials. So I think all you got to do is buy a bag of dirt from him once and you're on the newsletter. You can probably go to his website and just sign up for the newsletter. You'll have to check that out. I'll leave a link down below, as always, and of course, so that you can click on there and easily get and check out his stuff. I've done Paydirt reviews on his stuff before, and it's been pretty damn good. So, once again, pretty damn good is an understatement. And rock on. BTG. Getting it done. So, go check them out. Otherwise, don't forget to go check me out, backyardprospecting.com. Check out the Prospector shop for any kind of specials and stuff, gear, Paydirt, and whatnot that I have. Go check out the swag shop if you want to get some cool backyard prospecting swag. And otherwise, if you want to subscribe to me on Patreon, I'm always down to add patrons, and it's easy to do and get you entered in for a monthly raffle. Otherwise, that's all I got for you this week. Don't forget to tune in Monday nights, BSing in the Shed, 5 p.m. Pacific, where we hang out, BS, and we go through a little dirt. Maybe find a little gold and give it away. So don't miss out on that. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And otherwise, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. This is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out the rivers, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace! Yo, it ain't over yet. Click right here for some more awesome Paydirt reviews. See ya!